Tuesday morning as our cardio session, and this morning we are running this uphill probably 5 times, going up and then coming down. Since I'm feeling great, let's do a little bit of sprinting too to get that cardio at the maximum. Our morning session is done. As always, we got it done. To be honest, this morning my body didn't feel good because of the last night's session, but running itself, I feel like it's a recovery session for every athlete, because I feel it like after running session I feel so good, I feel so energized compared to the morning that I wanted to wake up. It's like a complete different mood, and I feel like if you get past that mood, that first 5 minutes or 10 minutes of waking up and put on your shoes and stuff, that 5 minutes is the most challenging part of the session, basically, to start the session and get it done. Because once you're in the flow, once you're in the zone of training, once you're in the zone of running, you just feel good because you're in the flow, and in the flow state your body and your mind just doesn't want to stop, and sometimes that is hard for people to stop. I just finished this book last night, A Little History of the World by Mr. Combridge, and personally I think this is one of the greatest book for somebody who wants to start learning about history without getting overwhelmed. So I just want to talk a little bit about this book and the lessons that I learned from it. I used to think that history was just all numbers and reading about our past generation, but this book really changed my perspective and the way I think about the history now, because it made me realize that history is basically the story of humanity. It tells you how humanity has been growing since day one, how empires conquered the world and collapsed, how leaders succeeded and failed, and this entire civilization shaped the world that we are living in right now. One of the things that I like about this book is how it is written. It's not like it doesn't tell you what happened, it tells you the cause and the reason behind those things that happened. You kind of get to learn that every idea in the past left something for the future. One of the lessons that I learned from this book is reading history teaches you humility. We often think that our generation facing problems that no one ever faced before, but reading history reminds us that our past generation, our ancestors went through wars, lived through world wars, diseases, crises, economic collapses, injustice, inequality, and incredible changes. So it kind of tells us that humanity has faced difficult times before, and there's always something that we can learn from those who came before us. There's a beautiful quote that I got from this book that says, "Those who doesn't study history condemn to repeat it." And it's actually true. If you read history, those who haven't studied history properly, they've made the same mistake and they've repeated it over time. We can say World War as an example. From this quote, we can say that history isn't just about reading about the past, but it's about making better decisions in the future. When you understand how civilizations rose and fell, how leaders succeed and failed, and how new ideas and inventions change our society, you will understand and think critically about the future that we are living today. Another important lesson that I learned from this book is success doesn't happen overnight. The rise that we have right now, the technology that we are using right now, like this camera, like this mic, the scientific discoveries that we benefited from, our religion, our society, our personal values, they all have been built over thousands of years by by countless people. The book also teaches you how to appreciate different cultures and civilizations, because it's not the history of just one country, it's the history of the whole world. For me personally, I've loved history since I was a child, and reading history has changed the way I look at the world, and most importantly, I look at the present. Reading history kind of teaches you that the world that we are living right now didn't appear overnight, and the changes that has been made, it wasn't easy. So if you have never been a history guy, but you like history but you don't know where to start and you feel overwhelmed, I think this is the best book that you can start with, because the style of writing is very easy and very easy to follow. And honestly, I think everybody should learn and study a little bit of history, because it kind of teaches you where we came from, about our religions, about our values, about our people, and the reason why we are here and where we might be going, and it reminds us of humanity's greatest achievements and also greatest mistakes. And I think by learning both achievement and mistakes, we can build a better future for ourselves and for the world that we are living right now. So if I were to summarize this book in a few sentences, I would say history isn't just about learning about the past, it is about learning about the past on how to make better decisions, how to not repeat the same mistakes. And lastly, reading history or learning history is about discovering ourselves and our personal values. So this is the book of the week.